Windsor, Ontario. I'm Daniel with Spotlight. Unfortunately, we aren't in Sin City yet, but we are at Caesars Windsor, Ontario, which is located right at the waterfront of the Detroit River. This is the province of Ontario's first casino, and it's actually my first time ever coming here, and I'm absolutely buzzing to be here. Fun fact, Caesars Windsor actually opened one of the first licensed sportsbook in Canada in 2006, and actually became one of the first smoke-free casinos in all of North America. So one of my first impressions with this casino is when I was actually trying to book this room. So I did some searching online. The first rate I saw was $199. When I actually tried to book it, it kept jumping up to $220, $230, $240, even $270. So I logged into my Caesars rewards and was able to book it for $220, but I thought, still didn't seem right. I called the front desk, I let them know what had happened. They honored the $199 price point, and to be honest with you, I was really surprised and really impressed by this, because most places would have just written me off and said, sorry, there's nothing we can do. But they actually honored the rate I found, and I really appreciate that, and that really set the tone for this trip. So as mentioned, we are in a king suite in the Augustus Tower. Now there are two towers in this property. The Forum Tower, which opened in 1998 and stands 23 stories tall. The Augustus Tower, opened in 2008, stands 27 stories tall. In total, the entire property has 750 rooms. The casino opened in 1994, and it's a pretty decent size. They have 95 table games and 2,600 slot machines, and no, I didn't count them all. You have a pretty decent selection of restaurants on the property. You have your quick cheap eats like Tim Hortons, Johnny Rockets, Cafe 377. You also have your mid-range type places such as Legend Sports Bar and Spago, which has great pizza. And we have some high-end places such as Neros Steakhouse, which is actually where we're going tonight for dinner. Fun fact about Neros is that there actually used to be one located in Caesars in Las Vegas. And unfortunately it did close, but there also used to be a Spago, which is a Wolfgang Puck restaurant in Caesars in Las Vegas, but that unfortunately has been moved to the Bellagio. Again, much like at Caesars Las Vegas, there's also a theater here which holds 5,000 people called the Coliseum. Unfortunately, there aren't any shows currently happening, but there should be some coming up in the next few months. Caesars Windsor also does have a spa, a pool, and a gym, but once again, unfortunately, are closed currently due to COVID. Enough history and trivia. Let's do a little room tour and see if this spot's right for you. So right off the bat, we've got this hardwood laminate floor, which honestly, I don't mind. But then unfortunately, we do have carpet. I don't hate this carpet. I don't love carpet in hotels. We do have a closet here to store all your jackets and everything like that. Got some drawers here. Nice little bench. I will say what I feel like this room is missing is a full-length mirror, but there is one in the bathroom. There's a little desk area here if you need to get some work done. Decent sized TV. There's a coffee machine here, which as you guys know from my previous videos, I love a room that comes with a coffee machine. Got our own mini fridge. Not bad. There's a nice, beautiful king-size bed, which I will admit I was lying on earlier, hence the ass print there. Nice little seating area there. Both sides have These little cables and everything here. And storage, as you can hear. Looks like there is an option to connect the rooms, and unfortunately you can hear them, which a little frustrating, but oh well. The view as well is actually pretty decent. So this is, we are in Windsor, which is in Ontario, Canada. Across the river there, that's the Detroit River, and on the other side of the river there is Detroit. There's a bridge just over there, beautiful sunset coming. Decent room all in all. Now let's check out the bathroom. So, decent sized tub, nothing thrilling really. Got your hair dryer there, towels. I love these mirrors. I think they're very handy. Got the switch there, turn the light on. Not the brightest, but it's okay. I love all the Caesars shampoos and everything just matches. I think that's really cool that everything's consistent. Even the cups you can't really see from this angle. There you go. You got your Caesars cups as well, little plastic cups to use. For your vanity, some towels, the toilet's over here. The thing that's cool about the toilet is the light is a sensor there. So if you're just in this main room here, that light won't turn on. But then when you actually get close to the toilet, the light will turn on. So that's why it's on currently right now. But yeah, I think that's neat. Good for saving energy. And your glass shower there. Again, decent. Nothing spectacular. And there's your full length mirror. If you want to check yourself out before you head into the casino, there's your mirror. Anyway, after that 3.5-hour drive from Toronto, which was more like 3 hours with my driving, we're both starving. So we're gonna go downstairs, get something to eat, and report back after. We are at Legends Sports Bar in Caesars Windsor. We ordered these legendary Caesars. They're $16. Mine has shrimp tempura. Cody ordered the chicken wing. I gotta get these a taste. Those are good. How are the chicken wings? Whoa. Are they good? Whoa! So the machines here have a really cool function where you can order a drink right there, and you can pick your cocktails of what you want to order. So I ordered Maker's Mark on the rocks. Cody ordered a beer. And they come and they bring it to you. So, cheers. All right, guys. Good morning. We're just getting ourselves ready to check out soon, but before we did that, I wanted to give you guys my final thoughts about the room and just give a quick little review of our experience here at Caesars in Windsor. So I mentioned in some of my older videos that I've had quite an experience trying to get these videos done, all kinds of technical difficulties, and unfortunately this was no exception. After the 3.5-hour drive to get here, we finally got checked into the room, had a drink, got down to the casino, and my phone slipped off my lap, hitting the floor, and just went black. And I'd been recording on there already, taking some pictures on there already. So naturally I was a bit panicked. We went back to the room, tried to charge it, just nothing, just black. And when you tried to call it, it was just going right to the voicemail, so obviously it was off. So went down to the closest mall, hopped in an Uber and to get there and everything. Basically there was nothing that they could do, so they said check with Apple. Anyway, that's the next mission to get that sorted out, but never a dull moment, I guess. All right, so let's get to it. First of all, let's talk about, I guess, the start of the journey. So when we first got here, it was exciting pulling up and seeing all the Caesars signage and everything everywhere. It did kind of bring me back to that Vegas feel, and I was really, really excited to finally get here. We got to the parking garage, which I will say they have free parking, which is nice. And unfortunately, though, the parking is in a bit of an awkward area. If you want to get into the casino, there's a tunnel from the parking, which is very convenient. The problem is, if you're trying to get to the hotels, you have to walk through the entire casino, which is a bit of a pain, really. Otherwise, you can walk outside across the street to get to the parking garage, or to get to the casino from the parking garage. But again, not the most convenient. We did find out afterwards that they do have valet here for $10 a day. So I mean, having known that now, I definitely would have done that. But again, not a huge deal, just something that we were just sort of disappointed with in the beginning. So we are still under, all this pandemic regulations and everything. Things have started to open up here in Ontario, but we are still wearing masks. We are still checking, vaccine passports and things like that. When we first walked in there, though, they gave us these wristbands after they checked our vaccine passports. So I liked that because it was really convenient. We didn't have to keep showing our vaccine passport every time we went to a restaurant, every time we went here, every time we went there. They just saw our wristbands and we were able to go. So that was a nice convenience. So quick update. At the time of recording this video, Ontario still did have all of their COVID mandates in place. As of March 1st, we did drop the vaccine passports, and it is rumored that by the end of this month, we will be losing the mask mandate as well. So fingers crossed. So the check-in process. It was a little slower, especially when you've been on the road for that long. You just want to get into your room. There were only 2 people actually working the front desk when we first got there, and there was a separate line for people with higher up Caesars status. Unfortunately, I haven't been to Vegas in over 2 years, so my status is just the lowest one, which is gold. So yeah, I definitely got to get working on that one soon to get that built up. But anyway, it did take a bit of time to finally get checked in. The person who was at the front desk was super friendly, super nice. We did ask if there were any upgrades available when we got there. Unfortunately, they were being reserved, she mentioned, for the comped rooms for the high rollers, like the larger rooms with the separate bedrooms and things like that. So that's fine. We were still happy with our room, so no complaints. When we got to the elevators, you had to use your hotel room card in order to be able to press the buttons to get to the different floors. I kind of like this because it's a little bit of a safety feature that you're not going to have, or at least you shouldn't have, just random people able to get up to the rooms and possibly, bother the guests or get into your rooms and steal your stuff. So it was a nice added safety feature that we did appreciate. I can see it being a bit of an inconvenience if you forgot your key, or you can't find it or whatever, and you can't get up to your room, or you can't use the elevator. But I guess the onus is on you to be responsible and don't lose your key. The room itself is nice. It's spacious. It was comfortable. I mean, it's a basic room. It's nothing fancy, but it was clean. There's lots of plugs everywhere, lots of outlets, lots of places to plug in your USB plugs as well to charge your devices, and we did like that. That was nice to have those around. It was convenient. It was comfortable. I really like the fact that there's a coffee machine. Gotta have the coffee in the morning, so I was really happy to have that. Really happy to have a mini fridge. There actually was a little freezer compartment at the top, which actually did start to freeze our stuff, so it was pretty good actually. And I appreciated the bathroom with the separate shower with the glass, no shower curtain, with the glass, and with the separate bathtub. And even all the Caesars toiletries were all consistent, and it looked nice. It was nice. As you can see behind me, though, there is a door there that I guess this room could connect to the next room. So I guess because it was so thin, we could hear the people next to us quite a lot, if they were talking, and yeah, it was not the most private, I guess, experience. So yeah, that was one downfall, I'd say, with that. But otherwise, we liked the room. We were pretty comfortable, and yeah, we enjoyed it. The casino. I actually really liked the casino. They had 2 levels. They had lots and lots of different options to play, lots of slot machines, different varieties. One of my favorites is Invaders of the Planet Moolah, because that was like one of the first games I ever played and I actually used to win on there. Unfortunately, I don't anymore. But yeah, there was tons of machines around, tons of, we played Heidi. Again, she wasn't the nicest to us again, but yeah, it was a nice casino, nice layout, nice options. On the actual, I did show you as well, on the actual slot machine, you could order a drink on there. The drinks aren't free and they do take a bit of time to get there, but it was still pretty convenient. I think we paid about $8 a drink plus a tip. So yeah, not the cheapest, but it was okay. It's average, I guess now. I also found the casino to be quite warm. You know, especially when you're wearing that face mask and you're stuck inside for that long. I did find it to be quite warm, but maybe that was just me. I gotta complain about the bathrooms in the casino though. I gotta do it. So the urinals. I can't stand when there's no dividers between the urinals. Why do people think that men just want to stand next to each other, shoulder to shoulder, peeing with, you know, each other's willies out freely like that? Where's the privacy in that? It's always driven me nuts. And unfortunately, there's no dividers in the urinals here. Anyway, also the sinks, they're the automatic sinks, which is great. You don't have to touch things, but I found a good portion of them didn't work. You're standing there with soap on your hands and there's no water coming out. So as I mentioned, unfortunately, the slot machines weren't very nice to us, but the people were. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, when we went to book this room, that experience was sort of set the tone for the rest of the trip. Even something as silly as getting a casino card. So I have this old Total Rewards card here from Vegas. And I wanted to get the new one because now it's called Caesars Rewards. And as I was doing that, I also mentioned to him that I had this one from 2015 for the year of the Ram. So as he's giving me the card, here's the new one for gold. As he's giving me the card, he says, oh, I can give you this one this year for Chinese New Year for the year of the tiger. So I thought, great. He's like, oh, and I also have this one. And he gives me another one for 2013. I don't know how he even had this. Where was this still around from the year of the snake? So anyway, just things like that. Those little moments when people go above and beyond for no reason. It was just, it really did help set the tone, and it improved the experience for sure. In terms of food options, there are a ton of restaurants here to choose from. You got everything from your budget-friendly, cheap eats like your Tim Hortons, your coffee shops, things like that, to your more nice sit-down steakhouses and whatnot. So there's sort of options for every taste and every budget, which I did appreciate. As I mentioned as I will be mentioning, I guess, in my next video about Neros, I am on a bit of a restricted diet, so I wasn't able to fully experience and enjoy, you know, all the food and everything that was there. But we definitely would like to come back and check it out. We also would like to come back and check out the pool and the spa, and, you know, even just to see the gym. Even though, let's be real, we're probably not going to be using the gym. So this begs the question, is this spot right for you? Speaking as somebody who lives in Toronto, it's a bit of a drive. So, you know, 3.5 hours on the road just to come here was a bit much. I think that is one of the downfalls of Caesars Windsor from a Torontonian's perspective. Now, if you live in somewhere closer like London or, you know, just one of the surrounding areas, I could see this being a great place to come and visit. You know, you could probably make a day trip out of it. For us, obviously, we wanted to stay overnight because it's a lot of driving. And even now in the back of my mind, I'm thinking I have another 3 hours of driving ahead of me today after just having driven 3.5 hours to get here yesterday. So I think in future, if we were to do it, we'd probably like to make a weekend out of it as opposed to staying for just a night. But that brings me to my next downfall. The price. It's not the cheapest to stay here. So we booked it at about $200 because we booked on a Sunday night. Now it is a Sunday of a long weekend, so we noticed the price did start to jump up. So we already paid about $200, and I need to double check. I don't believe there were any resort fees, but I will double check, and if there were, I will let you know. But we booked it at about $200 a night. When I last looked, the price had jumped up to over $400 a night. One night. That to me is outrageous. So I think that is one thing that has kind of deterred me from coming here, is every time I have looked at rates, it's been expensive. And again, just the distance is another one for me. Another downfall, I would say, is the surrounding area. So like I said, you are on the Detroit River, you're right on the waterfront, it's beautiful. The thing is, there's a lot of older apartment buildings around. There's a lot of, you know, warehouses and factories around. So you don't have, say, for example, to compare it to somewhere like a Niagara Falls or Vegas, where you step out of your hotel and there's just tons of things to do. There's restaurants, there's attractions, there's just things to do. Here, you walk outside and there's not really much to do. And you know, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe I just didn't get the chance to explore enough, but from what we saw, at least, there wasn't a whole lot to do. So I mean, if you have been here before and you found there were other things to do, I know there's breweries and things like that around. If you have checked out something else that's in the area, let me know in the comments. Maybe I'm missing out and I definitely need to make a trip back and check them out. Let me know though. All in all though, we really did enjoy our time here. It's a nice resort, it's clean, the atmosphere is good, we did have fun. As I said, next time I think I'd rather make 2 nights out of it just to make the drive feel a little more worth it and to feel a bit more settled. Like I said, I feel like we just got here and we now we gotta pack up the car and hit the road all over again. So yeah, I would definitely come back. I would definitely stay here again. But as I said, for 2 nights. And I think for who this type of trip would appeal to, anybody who just wants to get out and do something in the surrounding areas. I wouldn't come a huge distance to come and visit here again. You know, if you're in the surrounding area, maybe to take a drive for a couple hours is not so bad, but I wouldn't, you know, fly from another country kind of thing to get here. Anyway, thank you guys again for watching. I really do appreciate you spending the time with me and checking out Caesars Windsor with me. Let me know in the comments though, have you stayed here before? What have your experiences been? Do you have any favorite slot machines that I should have checked out? Any drinks? I was a little bit bad and I got a pina colada by the machine yesterday, which totally goes against the diet I'm trying to do, but I had to treat myself a little bit after that phone experience. Yeah, let me know in the comments if there's other places in the area I should check out if I come back, and let other people know too. Let other travelers know. As always, please please subscribe if you're not already subscribing. Hit the notification button too if you want to know when I release new videos. We will have some surprises coming up in the future. And yeah, just say hi, leave a comment, say hi. It helps me, it helps with the algorithm on YouTube, and it helps other travelers too, other people who want to maybe check out Caesars Windsor and want to get some tips and everything. So please like, comment, subscribe, just say what's up. Anyway, we have, as I mentioned, a long drive ahead of us, so we're gonna grab some breakfast and hit the road. So thanks again, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye. The Palazzo, you should have stayed there.